Afternoon for those in South Africa and for those in other places. And that is the afternoon, and good morning to our panelists, first of all, and good morning to those in America watching and the rest of the world in the morning. Thank you for joining the Green Room and our wonderful space where we talk about immigration and all the relevant things of the world. So, you're into the space with Trevor and Lenny, and we are so excited to have you once again. This is our second one for the year, and we have got, so far, we've got lots and lots of topics for the year so far, covering new programs, old faces, new faces, and we are excited to welcome a few of our applicants into America very, very soon, hoping for all the consulates to open, hoping for the new administration to do their thing so that we can all benefit from this wonderful program that we've implemented. And just it's a wonderful space to be in. And if we start looking back at what we've gone through, I mean, it's not been easy last year. So I think we should start looking at things and be grateful for what we've got. Live days one at a time, and still go on dreaming. So on that note, Trevor, would you want to do a little bit of a intro for us? Welcome for us.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Lenny. And like you say, it's nice to be here, second one of the year. Exciting times for us. Jose, it's lovely to have you with us, and I'll do a formal invite or welcome to you shortly. I'm going to ask that everybody forgive the background noises. I had to come to a place where I've got a bit of better signal. But anyway, so it's lovely to have you guys with us. This is the Green Room, and we are the Induku Group. So it's myself, Trevor Thomas, my business partner, Lenny de Villiers, and a team behind Induku that works together towards helping you live your dream. And if it's your dream and you'd like to be in America sometime, then you need to get in touch with somebody in the Induku team, and we can help you about how you can make your dreams a reality. We look forward to touching base on a couple of things with the CEO and obviously founder of Visa Solutions, who is our very, very big partner in the United States of America, who facilitates and really makes everything happen behind the scenes over here. So we're looking forward to just dive into that. Lenny, maybe if you want to just touch on what the Green Room is for a few seconds, then we can welcome Mr. Jose with us. You're on mute, Len.
Yeah.
There we go.
Guys, so thank you. So the Green Room, once again, so sorry for those that have heard this before, but this is just our baby, and we love this space. We love to talk about immigration, and we love to talk about changing people's lives for the better. And there are so many little components that people don't think about is when they immigrate. And it's not just deciding I'm going to immigrate, get a visa, off you go, knock the wife over the head and drag her to another country. There's a lot of other things that you have to do first. So we created a space where we cover topics that you only think about once you have immigrated. So the people that have gone through these processes, we call them experts. So these are people that help us with what is schooling like in the new country where I'm going to go to? What finances do I need? What is the culture going to be like? All these little topics is the things that we come up with, and we talk about them. So we've done, this is number 39. So tomorrow, well, next week, Thursday, we are going to have done our 40th one, same age as Trevor's wife that celebrated her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Alicia. Anyway, go back to the Green Room. So the Green Room is a space where we have covered various topics like the psychology of immigration. What do you start thinking about when you immigrate? Who do you talk to? Who do you say? We have a lot of applicants that actually are only going to tell their family almost once they go. I know some people have got in-laws like that where you just want to tell them at the airport, see ya. But I mean, I think it's a bit cruel. So, we can maybe help with that. So in this space, as I said in the beginning, we have created a lot of topics going forward. I know there's a bit of expat tax at the moment that we need to talk about, because the 1st of March, a lot of things are changing for expats. And also the new law that have come in for pension funds. What's going to happen to your pension if you immigrate? So we've got an expert coming in next week, and we're going to cover that topic as well. And from there on, we're going to cover a couple of E2 topics. We are very excited about the E2. Man, we've gone through the training of this program, and it is phenomenal. So if you've got an extra passport, meaning if you either from a country that's got a treaty with America, either you're from the UK and you reside in the UK. And it's amazing that some of these countries actually have their own rules within this this E2 space. But we are going to dig in deep into the E2, and we are going to explain to people exactly what you get, what the benefits are of an E2 visa. And this is the new add-on program for Visa Solutions. And I would say this is their flagship program. And although the Live Your Dream program has, served people very, very well. And that is the green room in a nutshell. And we welcome people, if we haven't covered a topic that you would love us to talk about. We know one of our applicants last week have asked me for another topic to cover. Lovely. We're going to slot that one in. And that's exactly what we want, because this is your space. We want you to be mindful of, like, if we haven't covered any of these things, listen, we are also learning, and we're also in the immigration space. So our minds are constantly on immigration, and I'm sure that yours is as well. And if you think about immigrating, and if you've Googled immigration and you've come across it in Nduku, the thing you should be thinking about, what should I be thinking about more than just immigration? And that's where we fit in. So if you have a topic, questions for us, forward it to the mails that are on our website, and we will be in touch with you. So Trevor, will you do an intro for us?
Yes, absolutely. And for a man that most certainly on the Nduku Green Room does not need a massive invitation or a big shout out in terms of what you do, Mr. José Gomes Ortiz, the CEO of Visa Solutions, welcome with us today. It's so nice to have you with us. So thank you for taking the time. We know you're a busy man, and I specifically didn't talk about everything that we do, because we're going to touch on that a little bit as we have this discussion with you this afternoon. So thank you for taking the time to be with us this afternoon, or for you, the morning.
The morning, yes. The morning here in Houston, Texas is about 7 a.m. over here. Thank you for the nice introduction, Trevor, Lenny. It's amazing. This is the second time that I been invited to the green room. I love being here. Please invite me again. I love sharing our experience and a little bit of knowledge with all your audience. It is very pleasant to see how you guys have grow over the past years and months, and how you guys continue to offer value-added services to all the people that follow you. It is, you guys are a very unique company, let alone in South Africa. In the entire world, there's very few companies like Nduku that offers 360, like a 360 solution to your clients. So a pleasure to participate and put my 2 cents. Happy to spend time together this morning or afternoon.
Thank you so much, Jose. And we're going to sort of dive right into it, if you don't mind. And we're going to ask you right off the offset, COVID-19, how has this impacted Visa Solutions as a company, sir?
Well, good question. So COVID-19, when it started, we were all frightened, obviously, like pretty much everyone else. We were frightened for the health of our employees, our applicants, our families, and we were also frightened, concerned because of the U.S. economy and the immigration implications that could arise from the pandemic. So the first 3 or 4 months were difficult in a way that our clients were nervous. They didn't know if they were going to go out of business. And when I say our clients, I mean the employers, the American employers that we represent. They were nervous. They didn't know if they were going to have to shut down their business, if they were going to survive. So 3 or 4 months of uncertainty. But then after that, the U.S. government started adding resources to the economy. They started pumping money into the economy, trillions of dollars, $3 trillion to date, and 2 more possibly coming. And that really helped the overall economy recover from the pandemic. We saw the second half of the year has been one of our most successful half ever in our history. We've been in business for 13 years. So we received more orders than any other time in the history of Visa Solutions. And it looks like 2021 it's going to be the same. It's going to be a great year. You guys know very well the problem that we have, Live Your Dream. Live Your Dream, we had to suspend taking additional people in the program because we run out of positions. But now it's picking up. We're starting to see a lot of traction on that program. We're soon most likely gonna announce new positions for the Live Your Dream program. So things are going back to normal very fast. And we're excited for it because that means more opportunities for people around the world to join our various programs. You mentioned the E2 Investor Visa program, the Live Your Dream program, our trucking program, and now our healthcare program as well. They're all thriving, and we're very excited. Visa Solutions itself as a company, we went from we grew about 50%. Those initial 3 or 4 months, we were also under uncertainty. We didn't know if we were going to have to cut people from their jobs. We decided to stay firm, to not let anybody go home, and today we're about 50% bigger. So we're very blessed and happy that things are going well. Now, in regards to the country, the number of we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. We are now receiving about 1.5 million vaccines every day, right? So we're right now at over 40 million people vaccinated. It is expected that in the first 100 days of the new administration, President Biden, at least 100 million people will be vaccinated. And it is also expected that by this summer, about 70% of the entire population will be vaccinated. And that will form herd immunity, which that's the level that we need to get in order to be most of the population, safe. So I think, good times are coming. Hopefully all these companies that are behind the vaccines start increasing their production capacity and start sending vaccines to the rest of the world, South Africa, Mexico, Poland, and many other countries that really need more vaccines because they're having a hard time. We'll be praying for that, and hopefully that happens soon, and we can go back to normality, not only in the United States but around the world.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's such a good feedback, and that's such a good testimony, Jose, and a lot of people were very, very fearful about what their future was going to look like. And it's such a, as I said, good testimony for you guys to say, listen, we're not retrenching anyone. We're going to stick it out. And you guys have been absolutely blessed, and we're actually so grateful that we are in partnership with guys like you. So, Jose, if you can give us just a little bit of, it's so good to to segment maybe this conversation, is to we focused on your company, what you guys have gone through and how you've grown again, and your views about you guys, I think, is going to return back to normal, to what it used to be. Give us some idea about what Visa Solutions are looking at for 2021, and how the new administration is going to impact the plans that you guys have. So if I can double click on that, what is COVID going to be impacting the unemployment scenario that the US are currently facing? And I think this is what some people would probably be wondering, going, I'm entering a Live Your Dream program, for instance, and there's still an unemployment scenario in America. Is this still something that is going to be relevant for a program going forward? Just and some of the plans that you guys have.
Yeah. So unemployment last year at this time of the year was at an historically low for the past 50 years. It was at 3.5 unemployment rate for the entire country, which was obviously phenomenal. Phenomenal for us, phenomenal for the economy. A lot of people were in need. A lot of companies were in need of workers and employees. So then March arrived. COVID, like the full force of COVID, arrived to the US in March, and then the unemployment rate went from 3.5 to double digits. I think it hit 14% or something like that. So since then, it has come down to 6.7. So every month the figure has increased. We believe it's going to be around 5% during by summer, which is a relatively healthy number for America. Like I said before, we're getting calls from companies that are telling us that they cannot find enough people, that they cannot even, that they're in an even worse situation today that they were pre-pandemic. So the economy, it's improving. Many companies are struggling to find the talent they need, and that's why they look for us. That's why they look for us, because they cannot find enough people locally, right? Otherwise, they will say, you know what, I'm not going to spend money on the services of Visa Solutions. I'm not going to wait a year or a year and a half for someone to arrive, right, from a foreign country. I'm just going to hire the people locally. But because there's so much desperation, because they either are on a area of the country that doesn't have enough population, or they're in an industry in which they cannot find enough people with the skills that they're needing, then they talk to us and they ask for help, and we're seeing more business than ever before. And I think it's going to be great for us, and great for applicants, for people in the international labor market that are looking for opportunities in the United States.
Jose, and tell us something, if we have to now talk about the new administration, I know that many people are very optimistic in terms of how this is going to impact immigration. What are your thoughts on the new administration and how you view it for Visa Solutions, Induku, and the people that are wanting to get to America?
Yeah, so we always knew that Biden was pro legal immigration. But you know how sometimes politicians could be, they make promises and then they go into office and then they kind of like forget some of them, right? But on this new administration, Biden, one of his promises was to overturn most of the immigration proclamations and executive orders done by the previous administration. And so far, he's honored his promise. Actually, 2 days ago, he signed a few presidential proclamations asking his team, the Department of Labor and USCIS, Department of Homeland Security, to review all policies that have been put in place for the past 4 years that were limiting legal immigration. So he's encouraging legal immigration and asking his team, hey guys, review everything that has been done during the past 4 years to block legal immigration and work together in coordination so that actions are taken to overcome those obstacles and to expedite the processes, do the process more efficient, and do whatever it takes to welcome legal immigration. That is absolutely great news that sets the tone for what's going to happen for the next 4 years. We're very excited about that, and looking forward to more and more changes. It's not going to be an overnight fix, right? But it is going to happen. It's already happening. We're seeing it, and very excited about that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's not going to be an overnight fix, but at least it gives the people that want to immigrate a little bit of hope that going, hold on, this guy's pro-immigration. That is a much better chance of me actually getting the other side of this pond and actually making this a reality. So on that, I mean, Jose, I know that when we started this program in 2019, and all our dealings and communication to our applicants and the timelines that we normally give them is all estimates, and we understand that. So we have shifted our estimated timelines on what we have experienced last year. I think if I can maybe ask you your opinion, how do you see this administration lift or speeding up some of these estimated timelines, just to give people a bit of an idea? I don't know if I'm putting you on the spot, and you're gonna give sugarcoat things for people, but just your opinion of how things could be seen going forward.
Look, if everything stays the same, but we have an administration that is promoting legal immigration, right? Naturally, the processing times are going to improve, because if you have an administration that is taking actions, several actions to block legal immigration, it is evident that processing times are gonna take longer. Why? Because then you're having to respond to audits, you're having to respond to requests for additional evidence or information. That is, those are actions that were taken by certain departments to slow down the immigration process, the application process, and probably even block it altogether, right? But when you're seeing the administration that is encouraging their team to look at avenues to expedite the process, right, and to take actions to welcome legal immigration, then everything pari passu, processing times naturally are most likely gonna go down. Now, having said so, we're living in COVID times, so everything can change if we don't control the pandemic, right? Fortunately, during the entire pandemic, neither the Department of Labor nor USCIS, the Immigration Office, have shut down. They have continued to work regularly. So we haven't seen a stop on processing the applications. We receive approvals every single day from both entities. The only thing that has completely stopped are the consulates around the world. That's because of the presidential proclamation that was signed into by the previous administration back in April of 2020, suspending the entry of immigrants. That is set to expire on March 31st. There's various people in the White House that are talking about rescinding that presidential proclamation in the coming weeks. So we might even hear good news, and instead of having to wait until March 31st to process new immigrant visas, we might be able to start processing them a little bit sooner.
Yeah, that will be good news, Jose. It certainly will. With regards to timelines, the ban on flights into America, the travel ban. How do you see that impacting immigration?
So the travel ban, more than the travel ban, the immigrant visas ban, is that what you're referring to, Trevor? Or
More, obviously a lot of people now know in South Africa about the travel ban that has been implemented. And obviously we know that for permanent visas or for employment-based visas, one can still go through to the United States. But if you can maybe just talk to that, I'd be grateful.
yeah, so the travel ban affects people with temporary work visas, tourist visas, or basically non-immigrant visas, right? It was put in place a couple of weeks ago with an indefinite expiration. The government will continue to review the travel ban and eventually lift the ban when they feel that it's safe to lift it, right? It's unclear when will that happen. Now that same travel ban doesn't impact green card holders. In other words, immigrants, right, that have a green card. So we have a bunch of people in the program from South Africa, for example. Today, they will not be able to come to the US using their tourist visas, right? So last year and the year before, we received a lot of people, a lot of guests from South Africa that were considering using our program, and they were coming to Houston to meet us in person, to shake hands, to talk to our staff, and also to get to know the country and the city. And that was amazing to have them over here. This time, because of the presidential ban, they will not be able to come right now to the United States until they lift the ban. However, for everyone that is in the program, whenever they receive their green card, then that ban does not longer applies to them, because now they're, at that time, they will be residents, US residents. So they will be able to travel freely in and out of the country at any time.
Jose, thank you. So one of the questions that came through from an applicant, and I'm going to ask another question because this is part of the process, and our applicants are obviously at various stages. And what you mentioned previously about the new administration, that things might be expedited and things looking better. So just to speak into two departments that our applicants are in at the moment, because this will just speak into the people's questions that they currently have. Okay, so the first question is that what do you foresee for Department of Labor? I know I'm probably putting you on a bit of a spot, Jess. I know we had an issue with some of our applicants, 20 of our applicants, end of last year. We did speak about that last year. There was some issues with the previous administration that they, like you said, they were just slowing immigration down for certain reasons. For people that are currently in Department of Labor, how do you see that going forward for them? And on the same question, can you speak to us about the USCIS premium processing stage?
Absolutely, Lenny. So the Department of Labor last year, the Department of Labor is in charge of protecting the interests of US workers, right? The labor market. So one of the steps of the application process is for the Department of Labor to verify that by bringing international employees or workers, applicants, they will not hurt the US labor economy, labor market. So we're submitting applications and I'm talking about last year, we're submitting tons of applications to the Department of Labor for our applicants. And whilst we're submitting the applications, the unemployment rate was at 14%, right? 13%, 12%. Very, very high for this country, extremely high. And we were living kind of like the worst unemployment in history, or at least in the past 50 years, for sure, right? So the Department of Labor during those times was being extremely careful to make sure that they were protecting the interest of the labor market in the United States. And they were requesting tons of information. They were pretty much sending a very good percentage of the cases to audit process, and then audit RFI, which is request for additional information. And they were asking us tons of information. So the process for some of our clients became very difficult to handle because of the amount of information that they were requesting and the little time that they were giving us to respond to those audits. For example, one of the requests was to provide the W-2s of all the employees. Well, we have clients that have 15,000 employees, right? So providing the W-2s for the entire year, right, or the past 3 years for all their employees, you're talking about a response that could be, 40,000 pages long, literally, right? So it was complicated. It was a unique circumstance. We believe that now the DOL is going to ease their criteria, and we're going to go back to normal. And we should expect great results going forward. Again, it's not going to be an overnight solution, but we're going to get there, and we're going to get those cases approved, hopefully, and into America as soon as the U.S. consulates reopen. And then just your second question was premium processing. So premium processing was suspended during certain months of the pandemic last year. Was suspended also by presidential proclamation. So we had to send a very, very good number of Live Your Dream cases to immigration without using premium processing. Right? So we submitted all those cases. Then later, a few months later, the premium processing ban was lifted, and it was now reopened. You could upgrade the application to premium processing, but by then, those applications were already in the hands of immigration for a while, and we didn't thought it was the best strategy to upgrade to premium processing. Premium processing was saturated with requests, and we were seeing that premium processing office was not necessarily the best avenue to process cases for a variety of circumstances. So we decided to keep the applications on regular processing. We thought that the chances for success were greater. And that was an executive decision that was taken in the company for the benefit of our applicants. We thought that was the best strategy. Today, most of those applications are probably a few weeks, maybe a month or two at the most, of being reviewed by immigration and hopefully approved by immigration. It is their turn in line. So we can always premium process an application for someone that wants to, save a few weeks from the process. However, if it was my application, I would probably just let it alone and wait for the regular processing office to continue its process and give me a response very soon, because those applications are in line to be reviewed very soon. However, anybody that is willing to upgrade to premium processing, we welcome you to approach us. Let us know that you want to upgrade, and we will happily do so.
Yeah, I think, Jose, I'm obviously one of those people, as you very well know, that that has been audited at USCIS. So I think that one would rather stay just under the normal sequence of events and not have a situation where if they have to give answers within 14 days, that suddenly they might just push back a little bit and ask for further information. So I'm glad that we've had this discussion, because I think it will give a little bit of comfort to people, a bit of better understanding. So thank you for that. Jose, I think if we can at this point, and I know we've already taken some time of yours this morning, but I think it's important that we just quickly touch on that which Visa Solutions is doing in 2021 and what we together as Induku are going to be looking at with you. If we can maybe just talk briefly about the different things. Obviously, we're talking about Live Your Dream, which everybody knows about already, where it's an employment-based visa that you can get yourself into America. Maybe if you could just touch slightly on Drive Your Dream. We've got a number of a number of South Africans in America currently that are looking for permanent positions, and Visa Solutions have some permanent solutions for them in terms of employment. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. We have 4 programs. We have our healthcare program that we just recently launched, in which we're going to be bringing nurses and physical therapists and maybe a few doctors into America. There's a huge need for those professions over here. We're very excited about that program. We have our Live Your Dream program that everybody in your audience probably knows about it. As I said before, we're gonna very soon open new positions for new applicants to apply under the Live Your Dream program. Then we have the Drive Your Dream program, which is mainly for truck drivers and diesel mechanics as well. It is the core of our company. That's how we started servicing the transportation industry. We have several hundred people in line just waiting for a U.S. consulate appointment. As soon as the presidential ban on immigrant visas is lifted, those guys will be going to the consulate for an appointment, and hopefully the same day they will receive a green card approval. We're getting prepared to welcome all those people. All their employers are very excited about them coming. Our relocation team has been working very hard to prepare for that moment. We're ready for them to come over here. We're ready to give them a warm welcome and for them to start living their American dream. So on the Drive Your Dream, we for South Africa, we're not recruiting right now because we have our hands full. We first want to process the people that we have on the pipeline, and as soon as we have processed a good percentage of those people, then we'll reopen to recruitment. We are, however, open for recruitment of South Africans and people in Africa as well that would like to do adjustment of status. Adjustment of status is a process in which if you're already in the United States, and there's plenty of South Africans already in the United States working for an American employer with a temporary visa, if you're in those circumstances and you would like to stay in America and be sponsored by an employer obtain a green card so you can stay here permanently, then there's something called adjustment of status, in which we can change your non-immigrant temporary visa for a immigrant permanent visa. In other words, a green card. So that is open. That is open for everyone that is interested. And finally, our E2 program, a program that is for qualified investors that want to immigrate to America, not through an employment-based opportunity, but more through an investment-based opportunity. In other words, you come here, you invest in a business, and because you need to be here to oversee your investment, then the US government gives you a visa so you can work, live, and stay here for as many years as you want. That is a non-immigrant visa. However, it's a great visa because the process is super fast. It takes 4 to 6 months to get it processed. You can come here with your family, with your kids. Kids can go to school. Your spouse can work wherever they want. And the investor will be here overseeing their investment, and they can renew that visa for as many times as they want. You have to, as an investor, you have to qualify for that visa, and one of the qualification criteria, the most important qualification criteria, is that you need to be a national of any of the 82 different countries that have a treaty of trade with the US.
Yeah, very good, Jose. Thank you very, very much. I mean, I think we've stolen a little bit of your time. It's always such a pleasure to talk to you. You add a lot of insight. You give us a lot of comfort that these people are still in very, very good hands. And it's also one of the big reasons why we partner with the likes of Visa Solutions, because of your heart in the whole scenario, and you are also wanting to get these people safely to America. And what we also do is that we always bring that comfort to our applicants when we talk to them. So listen, it's not just us that are wanting the best for you. It's actually the immigration agents or the immigration people that are going to do the work for you, is that their heart is for you. They're not in it just for a business or a quick buck. They're in it to actually, make your life better and make your dreams come true. So thank you for that. Thank you for what you guys are doing. Keep up the good work. And we wish you all the best for 2021.
Thank you very much, Lenny. Thank you, Trevor, for this space, for this time. It's wonderful as always. And thank you for all your audience for sticking with us during these 45 minutes. If you have any further questions, the best team, Nduku team, please reach out to them. They will be able to answer any questions that you might have. We're always available as well, and you can find a little bit more information in our website, visasolutions.com. We hope we can help you with your immigration objectives in the foreseeable future. Thank you again.
Jose, thank you. It's always great, as Lenny says, to have you in the space with us, and I think that you just bring a little bit of peace to people's minds and thoughts, specifically in terms of what has happened with COVID and everything else that has been going on around the world. So thank you once again for your time. Have a great day today, and we look forward to seeing you again sometime soon on the Green Room.
Perfect. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.